I'm here to talk about the great Nick Steele. Nick, I had known since a very young age. When I came into wrestling, I was around 18, 19 when I first discovered Nick Steele. And he was one of the most intimidating guys I had ever seen in professional wrestling at the time. And it terrified me. And I didn't really get to know Nick until later in my career, when I started training at the Lockup Academy in Fall River, Massachusetts in 2010. I started coming around Nick a little more, and then he started training on Thursday nights there, and I started attending those classes. And Nick was such a knowledgeable guy when it came to pro wrestling, and so intense. I think Nick was one of the people responsible for kind of making me have a little more aggression in the ring, pulling that out of me, because everybody has it. Sometimes they just need somebody to pull it out of you. And I think Nick was one of those guys that helped me with that. One of my favorite matches of all time early in my career was the 2012 Kowalski Cup final match. And that was one of those matches that, I always think about often, because it was one of those matches where early in my career, I felt like, it was kind of like, okay, I got the feel for this. And I think Nick in that match had a lot to do with that, and he just, with the aggression in it, and the way everything went just was so well. And, I'm happy that I got to, that experience with him. And then we went on to, wrestle for the Top Rope Championship a couple times. So I got to share the ring with Nick Steele a lot, and he was such a good professional wrestler that I think if Nick wanted to, could have done so much more. Not that he did very much, at the time in the New England scene. I just felt like Nick was that good that if he wanted to, he could have done so much more. And then as I got older, we kind of bonded over fatherhood, because Nick loved his kids and his family. So I became friends with Nick Steele, and he was such a great guy. I miss him dearly, but those are my most memorable memories of Nick Steele. So Nick helped me a lot in earlier in my career, and I know I have told him that before, but I still truly believe that. And we miss you, Nick. Jingle jangle, buddy.